I just needed a win in terms of productivity. I was feeling like I was drowning and it was really affecting me creatively. It was affecting me in an anxiety way, just not good.
This week is all about getting back into healthy routines. I am not going to lie. The last several weeks leading up to our big trip to Puerto Rico, which don't worry, I'm going to tell you guys all about that, have been complete chaos. Nothing has been in my normal routine. I am a girl who, yes, loves to travel. I travel all the time. I travel way more than most people. Also, too, I like every day to be exactly the same. It makes sense if you don't think about it. And because I've been so out of my routine, I have been feeling slightly dysregulated. The trip was so phenomenal. Like, I have no words. Again, I'll talk about it later. But now it's time to settle back in. I'm home for a month before my next travels. That's a good stretch of time for me. I'm really excited about getting back into my routines. My yoga this morning was great. I listened to a wonderful podcast. I took some good notes. I'm really trying to limit my screen time. I'm really trying to get back into drinking more water again. Don't ask me where this cup is from. It's from my dentist. I'm not a person who spends a lot of money on cups, but this one is as good as any. I guess it's like a knockoff, but it works and it keeps the water cold. So yeah, we're off to a good start, but it's like 10 a.m. on a Monday. So there's so much time to screw this week up. So let's see how we do. We're giving all kinds of grace points. And if you're going to do this with me, if you're watching this when it comes out, which will probably be like on a Saturday, and you're like, I'm going to do that for next week too, give yourself all the grace in the world. I'm going to give myself all the grace in the world. So the hope is that we are able to get back into great routines, but there are definitely going to be snags along the way. How do I know that? Because I'm a human who's been on the earth for 55 years. We're back in my office, and I have just ordered this morning the beginnings of kind of a revamp of my office setup. So I edit a lot. It takes me hours and hours to edit. And my ergonomics behind how I do my editing is like absolutely terrible. I've been having this issue on the right side of my neck. That's why I'm doing more yoga. I actually, if y'all remember, I had acupuncture for it on a Disney cruise recently. It's because I am hunched over my computer doing editing in a way that is not good. It's not proper. It's not what I should be doing. So what I'm going to be doing is getting a monitor that we're going to mount on the wall. In June, when the new Mac Mini comes out, is that right? Or the iMac? Mac Mini, I think. That's the little one. Sorry. Obviously, I'm so computer literate. Well, I am in that I'm very picky about what works and what doesn't. I just don't always know what everything is called. I blame Apple for that, to be frank. Anyway, that's going in here. This MacBook Pro is being replaced with a MacBook Air that is actually on the way. And I've taken out one of the bookshelves. So there's a bookshelf here and a bookshelf here, and then my desk is in the middle. The other problem I was having is I loved the desk in front of the window, but I couldn't see my monitor half the time because there's so much light coming in through that window. I mean, let these be our problems, but I'm really happy with this setup, but I'm just waiting for things to come in. And it was all very expensive. And my husband had to tell me to cowboy up this morning because I am a successful small business owner, right? And sometimes you need tools for your job. It's funny how I have no problem at all spending $3,000 on a cruise that I'm going to film that's for the business. But when it comes to buying expensive computers and things like that, I really struggle. I want to make sure I'm getting good value for money. This MacBook is a 2021, and I am very hard on my computers, and they have come up with some new advancements and things that I think will make my workflow a lot better. So the MacBook Air and then the new little computer box, whatever that thing is called, and the monitor for in here, I'll be able to travel with my MacBook Air. I don't know, those of you, if you don't have a MacBook Pro, this is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. This thing is so heavy, so I never travel with it. And a lot of times, I have 2 trips coming up that I'm vlogging. I want to start the editing process and maybe even get some videos done while I'm on the road. So hopefully that whole kit, I've been thinking through all of that over the last few weeks. So hopefully that will help. All right, let's take a sip of water. As things have gotten more chaotic and I'm kind of on call all the time with mom, I'm really trying to control what I can. So comment down below if you've had phases and seasons of your life where you just feel like everything went from orderly to completely, like, what's that, fruit basket upset, where nothing is going the way that you thought, but you get to a point where you're like, okay, I need to take back some particulars. So those are the particulars that I have control over. What I have found happening, and the caregivers, please raise your hand if this is you. As I have been needed more by mom, and as that has been more unpredictable, my work has really taken a back seat. And because I work for myself, I've had to be very strategic. Some of you saw my post on Instagram about how I'm backing off on that. I need to nail down my intentions to the things that I really need to be spending my time on. So for me, that means filming long form content, planning travel, executing travel, vlogging while I'm on my trips, really taking great care of my patrons. In fact, I have some stuff that I'm mailing to the people that are going on the Patreon cruise with us coming up. And so I feel like redoing this desk space is really going to help. Oh, also I ordered a new desk. I'm hoping I'm going to like it. It's from Kelly Clarkson Home. I got it from Wayfair. So that'll be fun because we'll do that later on this week. So yeah, right now I need to get some admin work done. I have to talk to our tax people. I overpaid my SEP, which is my personal retirement as someone who's self-employed. So I need to figure all that out. And yeah, I need to focused energy, prioritizing. When I did yoga this morning, my intention was prioritize. And so that's what we're going to try to do.
So it's quite a bit later. I have visited my mom. She was having a really good day. Those of you that have a loved one with Alzheimer's, you literally never know, but she was having a good day today. So I'm grateful for that. She has a baby doll that she absolutely adores, and it was missing, and the caregivers found it and told her that it was in the nursery. So it was very sweet. But I got her all set up with the movie to take a little rest, came home, did a little bit more work, not a lot. And then I did another thing I want to get back into the habit of doing, and that is spending some time reading. Since I have been off social media almost entirely, there are a couple of news people that I still follow, but by and large, I have taken all social media, well, not by and large, I have taken all social media off of my phone. I have Instagram on my iPad only or on my laptop, but it's super clunky on a laptop. And I don't check that more than once or twice a day. And other than that, I'm pretty much social media free aside, of course, from YouTube, where I come on and respond to comments and things like that. I am the better for it. There is no question. I am knowledgeable about what's going on. It's not that I'm sticking my head in the sand, but the constant barrage of the Fast and Furious and horrible news was more than my heart, soul, and body could manage. So things have improved a lot since then. So we're off to a good start. Trying hard. That part of things I've been doing for a couple of weeks, and that's been really good. So now I'm headed to the grocery store because we are out of dog food, and there's a couple more things I need to pick up. And I will catch you again, probably right back here in the car, because tomorrow we have another piece of me being responsible and doing the appropriate things with my time we have to address. So, okay, I told you it would be really fast. We're back in the car. It's actually been a night. No makeup on. Well, I did put on a little bit of mascara because in our continued theme of this week, which is getting back into routines and taking good care of ourselves, I am going to the dermatologist for my annual checkup. Now, I have a history of precancerous stuff, so strong possibility I might have stuff removed today, which is never my favorite. So I have not scheduled myself too heavy today. Again, in an act of self-preservation, because in the past, if I've had to have more than 2 or 3 things removed, I tend to be a little fragile. I know. I used to apologize for this. In fact, I would say the first 5 decades of my life, I apologized for this.
But the reality is, it isn't good or bad, it is. And I'm very sensitive to having anything done to my body. Teeth cleanings, things removed, any kind of anything, stuff that other people could just like sail and go back to work. I mean, I could go back to work after a teeth cleaning, but I do have to baby myself a little. And I find that if I give myself that margin, if I don't need it, fine. I have plenty of stuff I can do today. Plenty of stuff. But this allows me to take the time if I need the time. Have not always been great at that. So yeah, I'll check in after my appointment. So good news, I didn't have to have anything removed. And Dr. Wheel, my wonderful dermatologist, said I'm doing a great job with sun protection, especially since I just got back from a trip. So he travels a lot too, so we always talk travel. And he was very proud of me. So there you go. And we've talked about this before. You always want to go to your dermatology check with no fingernail polish or toenail polish. And I forgot that I had toenail polish on. And as I was sitting there, I'm like, he's going to say something. And he did. But he just said, look for anything that looks discolored under the nails. Because a dermatologist is skin, but also nails. And a lot of times skin cancers can grow underneath in your nail bed. So very relieved. I was released for another year. So now we move on to the next thing, which is the very exciting call with my financial advisor. But these are the things, right? These are the things that when life gets chaotic, we neglect, we put off, we get careless. I shouldn't say we, I should say I. I don't know your life. You might be wildly responsible and able to manage it all. But I am sticking with what I said, and I'm very proud of myself for checking things off the list. Okay, first of all, no, you're not wrong. I did change my earrings. Those earrings did not go with this sweater, I decided. I don't know why. It bothered me when I put them on, and then I went to the dermatologist and was like, those are not the right earrings for what I'm wearing. I don't know. Anyway, I am now taking a slight tea break because that's another thing that I started to realize I was not doing, and that is I was not taking appropriate breaks. When I had a regular full-time job, I would get to work, I would take a mid-morning coffee break, 10-15 minutes. I would take a lunch break, usually go for a walk. I would take another break in the afternoon, and I don't do that when I work from home and working for myself. And then, it involves things like doing stuff for mom and all the different things. I am determined, as much as within my power, to start taking breaks during the day. I really feel, and I do the Calm app. I don't know if any of y'all use that. Not sponsored. I love it. I do it every morning. I do the meditation, and today's was about work stress. And she specifically said that people think if they just push through and work harder, that they will be more productive. And the actual case is it makes you less productive. And that they've done all these studies that taking frequent intentional breaks for nourishment, for breathing, just to gather your thoughts for a minute, really does increase productivity. So again, this is supposed to be a best practices type of week, and that's what we're going with. And it does not hurt that it is like the most perfect day. So yeah, just having my tea and taking a minute.
Hello, welcome back. It's Wednesday now. My office is total chaos. What I did this morning is I had a little so this is all still going back to best practices and good habits, right? I needed to clear out some stuff, and I had this little 3-drawer alpha drawer unit thing in here. And it was like an archaeological dig through the last 8 years of my business. Different like business cards and brochures and stationery from hotels in Japan and, Disney Cruise Line postcards and super fun stuff. But a lot of it just needed to either be thrown away or organized better. And I have all kinds of organization in this closet right here. So I really didn't need that. So I cleaned that all out, got that moved, got the bookshelves moved over. These are very cheap bookshelves, so you have to take everything out of them to move them, or I swear I think they will fall apart. So that was an ordeal, but I think we're pretty much ready. I vacuumed the floor underneath, ready for my new desk, hoping I'm happy with it. You know how with Wayfair, like you just never know, but the reviews were really good, and also in the reviews, people said it was really easy to put together. So
Lord, I hope that's right. I am not putting together a drawer. Like I looked specifically for ones where the top part came already assembled, and I really did want a drawer. What I really wanted, if I'm being honest, what I really wanted for in here was like an antique piece or a really good like solid wood desk. I was thinking like a la Diane Keaton and Something's Gotta Give and beautiful blah blah blah. Not in the budget, also not the size. This is not a huge room and I had to go with practical. So I'll let you know. Maybe it will be great, maybe it will be horrible. It was $300, so for a desk that's wildly inexpensive. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be like IKEA quality, but some of the reviews said that it really did surprise them with how good it was. So we'll see. Now, I promised you guys I was going to talk to you about Puerto Rico. I'm thinking I'm going to do a whole separate video about planning a large family trip with grown kids because I learned a lot. Like I knew a lot of things going in that I didn't want to do, but there was a lot around like boundaries and scheduling and getting everyone on board and making sure everyone gets to do what they want and all that. So if you're interested in that video, comment below because I might even do it next week. But Puerto Rico, y'all, oh my God, it was so beautiful. We had the best time. The people of Puerto Rico are so lovely. The food was amazing. The beach, we were on the north side of the island, which is known for having very rough water. So just if you're not a strong swimmer, I would not get in the water on that side of the island. My boys grew up swimming in California and Hawaii, and so they're great swimmers, and they had the best time. They would just go down right behind the property we rented and had just a ball swimming in the ocean there. It was so great to see my kids like play together, like as grown adults, because they're all in their late 20s now. My mama's heart is full, and Scott felt so celebrated for his birthday. I will link the Airbnb we stayed in. I will say it's a rough coastline. So if you have littles, I would not stay in this particular unit because I think that the water's very dangerous here, can be very dangerous, but the views could not be beat. So for older kids, for adults, and I'm not saying don't take your kids, and it's not like it was nice. It is definitely more of like a home instead of like a high-end resort, so you have to expect that. But the hosts were great, and we really felt like it was a good value for money, especially considering how expensive it would have been for all 7 of us to be like at a resort or like at the Ritz-Carlton or Four Seasons or something. It just would have been cost prohibitive. So this allowed us to have this beautiful ocean view. So yeah, more on that later, just about planning a big adult trip with kids, because I learned some stuff that I'm going to apply to next time for sure. So I did want to share really quick. I am wearing a new lip product that was sent to me by Jones Road Beauty. You guys know I've not ever been sponsored by them, but they send me PR, and this is their brand new lip product. I'm going to grab it. Hold on one second. I'll show it to you. Okay, it's called Lip Recharge, and it comes with this really cool applicator that's like super cooling, and it has a little bit of a plumping thing in it, but it doesn't burn. I've used some of those before, and I'm like, absolutely not. And there's just like a really subtle tint to it. But what I love, I've been using it every day since they sent it to me, and I used it on our trip. And they sent me a set of 3, and I gave one to my future daughter-in-law, and she's really loving it too. It stays really moist like for hours and hours and hours. I'm not finding myself having to really reapply, which is nice and rare. And yeah, I really like it. So not sponsored. I don't even think I might have an affiliate link for them. If I do, I'll put that below. But always grateful when they send me stuff. To be frank, I get a lot of PR. Not a lot. I don't get a lot of PR. I get some PR. What I never do is agree to review a product. I'm like, if a brand reaches out and they want to send me something for free, I'm like, feel free to send it, but I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to take up space in my video for it. But it is I'm very happy to take a look at new products and see what I think. Jones Road Beauty, I happen to buy with my own money, like pretty much their entire line. I love the foundation. So yeah, I'll link that below if you're interested. Okay. Hopefully the desk will come soon. Fingers crossed. I don't have my microphone on, but the box has come. Scotty's got it in there. This is why I hate ordering things from Wayfair and yet love ordering things from Wayfair. If I had ordered a desk, like from Haverty's or whatever, it would just come delivered. They would haul away the trash, whatever. This was $300. And for that $300, you get the privilege of throwing away all this stuff. So there is some sweat equity involved. We'll see if it's worth it. So far, it does look like the drawers came as a separate section. So hang on, I'll show you that. Yeah, okay, Scotty's in here with me. And literally the top was already put together. And then we've just got to put the legs on. And I mean the royal we. Yeah. Like, Mommy, you okay? It's okay, guys. It's okay. This is my old desk. That's going down in the basement. Nope, don't come by here. You're okay. It's all put together, thanks to Scotty. It really was just attaching the bottom and that cross piece. But when you look at the first diagram, it looks like you're putting the legs on the wrong way. So just go by where the holes are. The directions were not drawn great because it looked like the legs were on backwards. But anyway, okay, now I'm gonna put everything sort of back. I wanted to show you the drawers. I have not had, and that's not a mark, that's just like the packing material. I have not had drawers in my desk for a long time. And this is making me very, very happy that I have drawers in here. Just trying to get all the packing material off. Really nice drawers, no scratches. A couple people have said in the reviews that theirs came with scratches. This one looks perfect, and it is solid wood, which is nice. So yeah, very happy, super cute. Good job, Kelly Clarkson Home. I think it actually, if I decide not to mount the monitor, I have a really cool Vero Beach framed like surf poster I might put there. But I'm not going to do that today. The dogs are like, what are we doing? This is not a Pinterest board office, okay? Let me be clear. This is a working space. And I know I said that my monitor will go there eventually, but that hasn't even been ordered yet. And when I saw how cute the desk was and how coastal it was, I was like, I got to go grab that Vero Beach poster. I love that poster so much. So let me move my tripod out of the way at least. Even though, like I said, I mean, there's office-y things here, right? This is not done for aesthetics. This is done for work. And my sister, who I just got off the phone with, said she doesn't like the chair. Here's the thing. Sometimes I sit and edit for like up to 5 hours, and that chair is so friggin' comfortable that is the chair we're going with. So I still have this little chair here. There's Sadie's bed. There's Scooby. And I'm really happy with it. I think this is very like coastal and happy. I have this one like coastal picture here. And then, I don't know, I'll probably move these because I need the space, but I put this little jar of shells there, and it's just making me super, super happy. So yeah, desk glow up has been achieved. I feel really good about it. The desk is way less cluttered than it was. The whole office is less cluttered, and I'm going to be able to get a lot of really good work done here. Hooray! Oh, and I had to show you too. I put my content planner, my pens, just some, office-y type things. And then this drawer for now has more pens, which I could absolutely pare down. And then this drawer has some things I have to remember for the Patreon cruise. This has to go to Annalise. By the way, another thing that was sent to me by Jones Road Beauty, but it's too dark for me, but it'll be really pretty for her. So taking that to her. Annalise is my assistant, by the way. My business cards, just office-y things. This makes me feel like I have a regular job again. I mean, this is a regular job, but this is like the kind of office I would have done when I had a regular job. So this is good. I feel like this was a really good value for money for $300. Sometimes, not gonna lie, I order stuff from Wayfair and I get it and I'm like, meh, maybe not worth it. I'm gonna put that up because I've got ocean there too. Yeah, I feel like that was a really good deal. I'm very pleased. And it only took Scott like 15 minutes to put it together. I do have all that trash to put away and the big box to break down, but I'm not even gonna do that today. We're gonna save that for tomorrow because I need to WALK the dogs and go see my mommy. So I will see you back here tomorrow. I'm trying to think, tomorrow's Thursday. I wonder what good habits and best practices we could get up to tomorrow. Today was a big day. Getting all this done and organized was a very big thing. I acted like I was done for the day, but I just had a really fun thing happen that I think totally falls in the range of what we're talking about this week. and I texted a few of my neighbors and asked if they wanted to come with me to the No Kings rally on Saturday. And they all said yes. So one of them has a meeting at church first, but she said if she gets back in time, she'll go with us. Otherwise, I sent her the invite. And it's the same place that I went to the one that I did last time, which was, when was that? January, I guess. But one of the things that I really want to do for good habits is building more local community. And so it's when you put yourself out there and you make an ask like that, it's so cool when people say yes. So anyway, that's really fun. Tomorrow I have to go to Michael's and get supplies for my sign, which I haven't actually decided on yet. I would ask for suggestions, but by the time this goes up, it will already have happened. But yeah, it's so cool.
We are in the car again. I'm sorry. I keep starting the day running errands. Today we have several things to do. I have to go check on Mom. I ended up not going over yesterday and she had a really rough night. And so I need to go check on her this morning. But first I'm going to run into Michael's and buy my sign making supplies for the No Kings rally that I'm going to on Saturday. I also have to pick up a book I ordered from our, we have a secondhand bookstore that I love. It's called Read It Again. And I'm literally looking at it, so I had to double check the name. They didn't have a used copy, but I like giving I feel like there's a little bit of lip gloss there. I like giving the Swedish Art of Death Cleaning as a moving gift. People find it really uplifting, and it's a fun, it's a fun moving gift. So one of my friends, she and her husband are both retired and they just downsized. We talked about the book and I told her that I would get it for her. So I'm picking that up. Also, I'm on the hunt for some dressy flats. I have plenty of heels, but I'm going to the theater with a friend tomorrow night and I want to wear some cute shoes that aren't heels. And all my shoes are either casual cruise shoes or they're like tennis shoes. So I'm going to stop at a Nordstrom Rack. I don't know. I have not had good luck with our Nordstrom Rack. Maybe yours is better, so let me know.
Once again, no luck at Nordstrom Rack. I just think I'm not shopping in there anymore. I've walked into that store a minimum of 5 times. Never found anything that was something that I wanted that was also a good deal. Like they had the Kitsch rosemary and biotin shampoo, which is what I use. I was like, oh great, same exact price as you can buy it everywhere else. So I don't get the point of the rack part of it.
Okay, I did, however, get my books. I stopped into the bookstore, had a lovely chat with the owners. That's one of the reasons I love going in there. But I got this book, The Healing Power of Resilience, a new prescription for health and well-being. I was curious about this book. They had it, and again, I love supporting a local bookstore, so I picked that up. I will let you know if it's any good. And then this is the Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. That is for my friend Marion, who just moved. So yeah, it's a nice little book to give as a housewarming gift, especially for someone like Marion, who is Marion's older than I am, and we chatted about it, and she is really sick of all of the possessions they keep moving around from place to place. So yeah, it sounds like a depressing book to give as a gift, but it's not. It's a great book. Maybe it's not. Maybe I've been giving it to people and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe she gave me that book. But I don't think that's true. I think they like it.
Okay, so I'm back home after visiting with Mom. Scooby's playing with his elephant, so that might be too loud for me to film. It's like 3 o'clock, and I am kind of exhausted. That was a good day. It was a good effort. We got a lot done. I started work at my desk at like 6 o'clock this morning. Worked until I left to go see Mom. Ran the errands, visited with her, had a really good conversation with her and some of the other residents. Got to learn a lot more about some of them. It was a good day. It was one of those days, if you've ever been to a memory care before, sometimes you don't get to connect much with residents, and then sometimes you can sit outside and put on some music and they all just kind of end up sitting out with you and you can have really good conversation. Mom's friend James, I found out, used to play the guitar because I looked over, I was playing a Kenny Rogers song that Debbie really likes, and he was making like how you play guitar. And James doesn't talk much. I was like, James, did you used to play guitar? And he said yes. And I don't know, y'all. It's very good for perspective. to be in the moment and hang out with these people that are going through a very challenging time. I don't know who said, oh, the person doesn't even know. Folks, they know. At least all of the ones that I have met and hung out with. They may not know exactly why their brain isn't doing what they want it to or their body isn't doing what they want it to, but they 100% know. So hanging out with them and speaking to them and just like, I don't know, it's very life-giving in a very positive way. So anyway, I guess the moral of the story is if you have a loved one in memory care and you kind of don't know what to do or what to say, there are a ton of great like Instagram accounts. After I just said I'm not on social media, but that is a good place for that. YouTube videos about how to learn about how to talk to someone with dementia. But a lot of times just being there, just putting some music on your phone and hanging out and asking questions and giving them space. You move at a slower pace, that I will tell you for sure, but it has really helped me feel more centered in my own life and given me a completely different perspective.
Got my head over water for the first time in years. Got my feet crossed the border from a land of tears. Ain't no way I'm going back under. Got my eyes in the wild blue yonder. What lies beyond the horizon? Let's go find out. Feeling free to live my life, free to roll the dice, free to go left or right. I wanna feel free to go wherever I choose, free to stay or just cruise, free to sing, free to dance, free to give into lust and romance, free. That's what I wanna be. That's what I wanna be. Now things are moving along and I'm picking up speed. I'm singing my
Hey,
own
y'all.
song.
Let me close that because no one wants to see my toilet. I don't know why. I mean, you know I have a toilet, but it's just weird. This is going to be my last clip for this video. And the reason why I decided that is because I decided that I'm going to take tomorrow off. Off, meaning no videos, no shooting video, no paperwork, no housework, no nothing. I'm taking the day off. And miraculously, I looked at my schedule and there is nothing on it. So that's really exciting. I just went in, put on my comfy clothes, getting ready to wind down for the night. I'm going to read my book. Here's what I want to say about this week of, I feel like successfully, you may disagree, getting back into good habits and rhythm. I have done videos like this before on the channel. In fact, if you poke around the weekly vlogs playlist, you'll probably find like a reset week and things like that. The difference it makes for my mental health cannot be overstated. It is like a game changer for me. And it's just the intentionality of saying, what are they doing? Oh, they're going to try to play. They're playing. It's the intentionality of saying, we're going to get back on track. And setting other things aside, setting priorities, every day waking up and saying, okay, what are the 3 big things that I can realistically get accomplished today? I just needed a win in terms of productivity. I was feeling like I was drowning and it was really affecting me creatively. It was affecting me in an anxiety way, just not good. Did everything get solved this week? Oh, hail to the no. So many problems. So many problems. But I do feel like I have some forward momentum, right? Like the wind is in my sails a little bit. And going into this week, I did not feel that way. So hopefully this has been helpful for you if you're feeling stuck, whether that's stuck with work, stuck with personal life, stuck with creative life. I also feel that sometimes we tend to put work for money in one category and work we do for our families, for our homes, for everybody else in different buckets that somehow don't require rest from. And as we are aware, intellectually, nothing could be further from the truth. So whether you work a job that gets paid money or whether you are, volunteering, supporting loved ones, whatever the case may be, or maybe all of the things, giving yourself a break from work is an essential piece of making all of this happen and of you being able to be a successful human being. I mean, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you didn't already. Join us on Patreon if you're interested in that. $7 a month. I only have one tier. You get live streams. In fact, we're doing a live stream this weekend and just lots of fun extras. And I would love to see you there. And you would have gotten this video early and ad-free, which, woohoo, that's kind of a cool perk. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. If you're protesting this weekend, be safe. Take care of each other. And I will see you in the next video.